The morning sun filtered through the windows of the small-town cafe. Copyright, scattering golden light across the polished wooden tables. The scent of fresh coffee and warm pastries hung in the air, a comforting aroma that usually set the tone for a calm day. For Emily Carter, a waitress who had worked here for nearly 4 years, the Café Copyright was more than a job. It was her second home. She knew the regulars by name, memorized their favorite orders, and treated everyone who walked in with warmth. But she had no idea this morning would change her life forever. At 9:30 a.m., the bell above the door chimed, and an older man stepped inside. He moved slowly, leaning heavily on a cane. His uniform jacket, faded and worn, hinted at decades of service. His silver hair was neatly combed, but his face carried the deep lines of hardship and sacrifice. Beside him walked a German Shepherd, alert, loyal, wearing a vest that read "Service Dog." Emily immediately noticed how tired both looked. The man's breathing was shallow, and the dog stayed close, guiding him carefully to a corner table. "Good morning, sir," Emily said warmly, hurrying over. "Would you like some water for your pup while you look at the menu?" The veteran's eyes softened, though his voice was rough. "That would be kind, miss." "Thank you." Emily fetched a bowl, filled it with fresh water, and set it down gently for the dog, who wagged his tail and lapped it up gratefully. Then she turned back with a smile. "On the house," she said. The veteran gave her a small nod, but his voice trembled. "Not many people see him for what he is. He's not just a dog. He's the reason I'm still standing." Emily felt her throat tighten. "He's family. Anyone with eyes can see that." She took his order, a black coffee and a small breakfast plate, then went back behind the counter. But before she could even place it, the Café Copyright manager, a sharp-dressed woman named Carla, stormed over. "Emily," Carla hissed in a low voice, her arms crossed tightly. "What do you think you're doing?" Emily blinked in confusion. "A broken bar serving a customer?" "You gave free water to that dog," Carla snapped. "We don't cater to animals in this establishment. It's against health code." Emily lowered her voice, glancing at the veteran, who sat quietly stroking his dog's fur. "Carla, he's a service dog. That man clearly needs him. It's not just some pet." "I don't care what he is," Carla said coldly. "Rules are rules. And another thing, I don't like how that man looks. Ragged uniform, cane, dog insignia. It makes other customers uncomfortable. Serve him his food and then make sure he doesn't linger." Emily's chest tightened with disbelief. "Are you serious? He fought for this country. He deserves respect." "Nota." Carla cut her off with a glare. "Enough. I won't repeat myself." Emily's jaw clenched, but she bit back her words. She returned to the counter, plated the veteran's breakfast carefully, and brought it over with a steaming cup of coffee. "Here you go, sir," she said softly, setting it down. He smiled faintly. "You didn't have to be this kind. Most people look the other way." Emily leaned closer. "Well, I'm not most people." The dog thumped its tail on the floor, as if in agreement. For a few minutes, the Café Copyright was quiet again. The veteran ate slowly, his dog resting at his side. Emily busied herself with other tables but kept glancing over, making sure they were comfortable. Then came the breaking point. The veteran pulled a small paper bag from his coat and opened it to reveal a few pills. His hands trembled as he tried to take one, and the dog nudged him gently, grounding him. Emily noticed it, and without thinking, she rushed over, pouring him a fresh glass of water. "Here, sir," she said kindly. "This should help." The man gave her a grateful nod, managing to take his medicine. But Carla had been watching from the other side of the Café Copyright, her face turning red with fury. She marched over in her sharp heels, her voice loud enough for everyone to hear. "Emily, that's it. I warned you once. You're done here." The Café Copyright went silent. All eyes turned toward them. Emily froze. "You're firing me? For giving water to a man and his service dog?" Carla sneered. "Yes. You've always been too soft, and now it's costing us business. Pack your things and leave." The veteran looked up, startled. "She was only helping me. Don't punish her for that." Carla shot him a withering look. "This is none of your concern." Emily's heart pounded. She could feel every pair of eyes in the Café Copyright on her. For a moment, she considered arguing, but instead, she untied her apron and laid it on the counter. "If kindness is against the rules, she said quietly. Then I don't want to work here anyway. She walked over to the veteran and knelt beside his dog, giving it a gentle scratch behind the ears. You take good care of him, okay? The dog licked her hand as if understanding. Emily stood, lifted her head high, and walked out of the cafe. Copyright. The veteran called after her softly. Bless you, miss. Emily stepped into the crisp morning air, her mind spinning. She had just lost her job, her stability, but strangely, she didn't regret it. She had done what was right. What she didn't know was that within minutes, her act of compassion would echo farther than she ever imagined. Back inside the cafe. Copyright. The veteran quietly finished his breakfast. He pulled out his phone with shaky fingers and dialed a number. Sergeant Miller, he said into the receiver, his voice low but firm. I need you to rally the boys. We've got someone worth standing up for. 20 minutes later, the bell over the cafe. Copyright door rang again, but this time, it wasn't just one customer. It was 6 Marines, dressed in casual clothes but unmistakable in their bearing. A broad-shouldered, disciplined, their presence commanding the room instantly. Carla's eyes widened as they filed inside, standing tall, scanning the cafe. Copyright with steely eyes. The veteran rose slowly with his cane, his service dog at his side. These are my brothers, he said softly. One of the Marines, a tall man with a scar down his cheek, stepped forward. We heard what happened here, he said, his voice carrying authority. A woman showed our brother-in-arms the respect he deserved. She was fired for it. The cafe. Copyright fell silent again. Customers looked around nervously, sensing the weight of the moment. Carla tried to compose herself. This is a private business. I don't know what you've heard, Buta. Another Marine cut her off. We heard enough. That young lady stood up for a veteran and his service dog, and you punished her. The scarred Marine turned to the crowd of patrons. Every Marine in this town will know about this cafe. Copyright. Every veteran, every family who wears a uniform. We don't forget kindness, and we sure as hell don't forget disrespect. Murmurs rippled through the cafe. Copyright. Some customers put down their cups, nodding in quiet agreement. Carla's face drained of color. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Yeah. But before she could finish, the door swung open again. Emily stood outside, frozen in shock. She had returned only to pick up her bag she'd left behind, but now she saw the cafe. Copyright filled with Marines, all eyes on her. The veteran's voice rang out. There she is, the one who treated me like a human being. Every Marine turned to look at Emily, and then, in unison, they saluted. Emily's breath caught in her throat, her hands trembled. Well, what is happening? The scarred Marine stepped forward, lowering his hand. Miss, you showed honor when no one else did. That matters. To us, to him, to everyone who's ever worn this uniform. You stood alone, but you won't stand alone anymore. Tears stung Emily's eyes. She felt a rush of emotions, a shock, gratitude, disbelief. Just a broken bar did what anyone should do. The veteran smiled, leaning on his cane. No, child, you did what few have the courage to do. The cafe. Copyright erupted into whispers and applause from the other customers. Carla stood red-faced and speechless, realizing she had lost control of the moment. One Marine placed a gentle hand on Emily's shoulder. We take care of our own, and now, you're one of us. That afternoon, Emily sat outside with the veteran and his dog, sipping coffee the Marines had bought her. She told them about her struggle, her bills, her uncertainty, her fear of what came next. The Marines listened, nodding. Then one of them grinned. Your family now. We'll make sure you land on your feet. There's a place down the street, a veteran-owned cafe. Copyright. They'd be proud to have someone like you. Emily's heart swelled. You'd really do that? For me? The scarred Marine smiled. You earned it. The veteran reached across the table, his hand trembling but strong. You reminded me today that there's still kindness in this world. Don't ever lose that. Emily squeezed his hand, her voice breaking. And you reminded me that standing up for what's right is always worth it. The dog barked once, as if sealing the promise. From that day on, Emily worked at the veteran-owned cafe. Copyright, where every wall held photos of heroes and every table welcomed those who had served. She became known as the waitress who stood up when it counted, whose kindness sparked a ripple that brought a room full of Marines to her side. And whenever the old veteran came in with his faithful dog, she always brought them water first on the house. Because some rules are worth breaking when they lead to honor, respect, and family.